know we have guys hurt, so you can kind of understand. Last year, Luck was hurt. So, man, 8-8 without Luck out there, as opposed to, actually, you guys probably should have won the AFC South. You had Texans on your home field with Brandon Whedon as their quarterback, and you choked that game away and still lost. So, no, I don't look at it as, we were 8-8 without Andrew Luck. No, you guys were 8-8 and you still had opportunities.
What's always funny is we hear both sides of this conversation, that they'll come and go and talk about the injuries and talk about we're dealing with a depleted roster and this and that. But then they'll come back in the very next press conference and say there are no gimmies. Nobody's going to make excuses for you.
Oh, no.
NFL.
Not the next day. Last night, in the same sentence, Pagano said, you see, we had a mass unit out there. I mean, you saw who was out there at the end of the game. We're not going to make excuses. In the same sentence.
I caught that. Okay, so to put all this together then, let's start last night when Chuck said, look, our guys, we're not finishing games. But then came out of the gate today and said, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, he said it last night. He said the team lacked the killer instinct.
Right.
Lacked the killer instinct. That seems obvious. That seems clear. He was asked about it today, and all of a sudden he started backpedaling.
It's about having a killer instinct and finishing.
How do you get that killer instinct?
You have to. You got to learn it. We got a bunch of. We got veterans out there that understand it. We got young guys out there. We got. We got a mix and a blend. I mean, this team will fight. Okay, they will fight and they will fight and they will fight and they prepare and they work. Okay, we got to find a way to finish people off. We didn't find a way to get that one finished. But these guys, they know how to finish. And probably, if I could say it over again. And not caught up in emotions in the heat of the battle, I would probably word it differently, because we've done it so many times before, and they know how to get the job done, and it's just because it gets to a situation where you're up 14 or down 14, you don't change, the way you play, how you execute, how you communicate, those type of things.
Feeling.
Nice kid.
I'm not sure. I hear that line a lot from a lot of coaches. You don't change the way you play up 14 or down 14. I'm not sure that I've ever believed that, because there should be, in fact, if you're up 14, there should be a mentality to almost go more. Put your thumb on them and go up 21, go up 28. If you kind of keep cruising along at that point, that's where that tendency is to relax. And guys go down. Whereas if you're down 14, you can't play the same. You've got to go up to find what you're looking for on that. So that's one of those lines I pick out of there. You hear that from a lot of guys. We're going to play the same. No, you're not.
And this team isn't good enough to say, we got them.
We're good.
Good. It's just, all right, going to let the time run out. They're not good enough to say that.
I would argue no one's that good in the NFL. I mean, maybe outside of the Patriots, because once they got a 14-point lead, okay, I think that's, Belichick's going to take care of it. They're going to win the game.
They're going to add another 14.
But I'd say 90% of the teams in the NFL have no business thinking they're up 14. We got this.
No way. Particularly 6.5. That's a lot of time. 6.5 minutes, I think it was the margin at the end.
It was some 7 minutes. By the time they whittled it down, I mean, they still had a 2-score advantage with some 3.5 minutes to play. I think. The Colts took their foot off the gas. Really, they got a 13-point lead, and they really started to be conservative on the offensive end. And that's the thing. You need to continue to attack. I mean, you use the Patriots example. Patriots go up 14 points. They want to add another 14. Then they want to add another 14.
They're unafraid to be up 35 to 7.
They are going to pound you as if this was some college football back in the BCS days. They're trying to win 77 zip to get some BCS love. So that's what the Patriots do. The Colts had to continue to do that as well. You can't go, all right, we got ourselves a little lead, let's try to slow things down. No, this offense is better when they're going up tempo. Keep with that tempo the whole game.
You see that from a lot of the teams that are winning games right now. Minnesota, Oakland, these teams are leading their divisions right now. However they're doing it, they're coming out and they are staying. I see the level of aggressive with those teams. The energy level with those teams in some form or fashion is way up versus kind of all these teams that are in the middle of the league right now.
And to add to that point,
the Colts don't have the talent that those teams
Right.
have. Those are complete football teams, and there's a lot of talk today, especially on the radio, about job security with Pagano. Look, these guys are tied at the hip. As much as we can talk about the coaching decisions and the bonehead decisions we're seeing being made by the coaching staff, you can also point to bonehead decisions made with personnel.
Yeah.
This team is has been poorly put together and poorly coached, and so those guys are rightly tied at the hip.
If this was a Twitter account, you would delete the whole damn thing and start over again.
Yes, you would.
You know?
Yes, you would.
A new egg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like